this is Kristen here. Welcome to another process video, and today I'm working on day number 4 of 31 days of cut files. And this is a cut file I purchased from Some Assemblies Required, so it came with 3 candles, and I decided I was going to back it with pattern paper, which is typically what I will do with cut files. And I'm just using paper out of my stash. So I back each one of the candles with the same yellow paper, and then I'm going to back each of the candles with a different paper. So I include pink, and I'll cut away from this. I won't show like me backing all of this. I'm having to pull that piece off because it kind of, I didn't position it right, and then you could see the glue. The glue does dry clear, but it still has kind of like a shine to it. And that was a pretty matte colored paper with not a lot of pattern to it. So I decided to just redo it since I had plenty of paper. I'm really trying to go out of my comfort zone this month with doing different things with the cut files other than just backing them like I normally would. And also I'm trying to dip into either some kits I hadn't really used, paper products I hadn't really used, or I'm trying to dip into some of my stash. I'm just waiting for the glue to kind of set up there so that I can go ahead and cut off the edge there. And then off screen, I will get the other 2 candles backed, just so you don't have to watch that process. And the paper I'm using is Echo Park, and I believe this is like Birthday Girl. It was in their clearance section, so I purchased, they were loose sheets of paper that I purchased, but they actually had quite a few from that same collection. So I decided I'm going to use that striped blue paper as my border, and then put kind of this polka dot paper on top of it. And a lot of times it's funny because like I watch these to do these voiceovers. I'm like, was I frozen there? And then I'm like, I realize like I'm just super still trying to make sure it's on straight, which I still didn't get on straight, which probably to most people's eye, they wouldn't have even noticed it, but I feel like some of the trick is just getting the paper on semi-straight, making sure it's kind of somewhat even on either side. So I was pretty happy with that. I really try to like look on either side, top and bottom, make sure it's like somewhat even all the way around. And so I'm going to be documenting a couple of pictures of my daughter. This was from her birthday just a few days ago. She turned 5. And she wanted a birthday ice cream birthday cake. So that's what we ended up having. And it was, of course, Frozen themed. The ephemera I'm pulling in is all from Pretty Little Studio. Now this came in a warehouse box, I believe, from Paper Issue, so I'm not even sure because I had pulled them out of the packaging and had them kind of stored where I didn't have the what collection it was from. But I tried looking on Pretty Little Studio to see if it was even a collection that you could still purchase, and it's not up. So I don't even know what collection it's from, but I decided I'm trying to kind of dig into my stash and use a lot of my stash that otherwise would just sit there unused. And I thought that this worked really well with the paper, and it had a lot of real light colors to it. So, which she loves the color pink. So I always try to like work in some pink on her layouts typically. And so I'm just trying to figure out where I want my clusters. And I mean, that ephemera pack, it came with quite a bit, so there was quite a bit in it. So I still have quite a bit set aside that I still hadn't used. think it's really fun to like do these challenges and these different, because cut files are, I love to do cut files, but it's not something I do all the time. So it's kind of nice to try different techniques with the cut files, but then it's also helping me to kind of try to pull out some older collections, unused pieces that otherwise might just sit there for a while. And you kind of forget about them. Like, I have so much stuff that a lot of time it's like it's out of sight, out of mind. But I saw this and thought that the paper would play really well off of these ephemera pieces, and the ephemera pieces were very birthday themed, or at least like some kind of celebration. So I definitely want to get some stars and hearts on there. Try to kind of get some colors kind of, you know, around the page. Try to balance everything out, since I always try to, like, if there's yellow on one side, try to get yellow on the other, you know, try to balance it out. And so I went head off screen and glued everything down just so that you didn't have to watch that. And here are some close-up shots. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I think it turned out really cute. And I will include the information down below, so if you want to go buy and purchase those cut files, you can. And thank you for coming by to watch another process video.